Alright, let me look up this OST. I'm multitasking a lot more than usual, so you're gonna have to forgive that. Let me see if I can get this up for you, Sieg. I think this is it. Let me double check your title there. GhostTube! Hello, hello. Let me know if this is it, Sieg. Let me bring up my sound again. I don't have Dragon Age 2 yet. I just basically, since I'm going to be getting it on PC, I have Inquisition. I was going to play that. And then me and C got to talking, and C got me to get Origins first and try it. So we're going to play through all of them eventually.
American girls, it's sad to imagine a world without.
I was digging to lyrics. I'm sorry. I'm totally in an instrumental mood. But is this it though? Okay. Okay. Sweet.
Driving a car by the
Yeah, I don't know if I'll go straight into Dragon Age 2 because I might need to break it up just for myself even. Because there are a lot of games I'm wanting to play, and if I only do one live stream game at a time, I'm trying to jump back into some Let's Plays with Wise 8 and some pre-recorded like compilation videos of me with playing with a friend on Generation Zero. But those, because there's lengthy times in between any of the action, and there's a lot of walking and looting, I want to do compilation videos. I was going to edit those this morning, but I fell asleep. I'm so exhausted. I've been staying up late this week to play the game, and I've not been exercising as much. I lost my energy, and it's been a long week at work.
I wish I had.
I won't play all the games. Yeah. But yeah, I'm interested in getting through all of them. I mean, we've been having a really good time with them. So I'm digging it. It feels like it's been a lot longer than a week since I played Dragon Age. And I moved my stream from yesterday morning to today because I did want to try to play a little bit more on Generation Zero. So hopefully tonight I will get some of those videos edited. I'm trying so hard, guys. I'm trying. And I want to play more Wise 8. I've only gotten a couple hours in on that because I started that like the day before we started Generation Zero. But I've really been enjoying it. The OSTs you were listening to before this one were from Wise 8. The music is just insane and I love it. It's got beautiful music, it's got crazy music, it's got just like rockin' music. And the feel and the vibe so far are really nice. I like it.
That's when I fly.
All sagas of all video games. Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm glad it worked out in the end. Alright. This song is almost done, and then we will get in on some Dragon Age. Sieg was asking ever so politely, so I wanted to accommodate. Jonathan is sleeping. He came to bed after me. I just had to hit the hay so hard. Oh, it's done. D-U-N, done. Alright. I am ready. Are you ready? Let's do this. We'll mute that and unmute this. And I think... And then I just... Ooh. Alright. 3, 2, 1, click! Yay! Now, let me do the thing. There we go. I've been trying to dick with the audio output again. So if it needs to come back up, let me know. I tried, because I had to change it for Generation Zero. So, let me know if we need to bring it up again. I tried to turn it back down because I know the battle music has just obliterated our ears. Why is it? It's a fun game, even though the first boss keeps haunting me as I'm under level. Well, I can't wait to get to the first boss then, and then all the bosses. Well, see, don't take advantage of it. Besides, we have different tastes in music. I can tell by what I play for the Stardust versus what you ask for. Although I think we can agree on some of the Final Fantasy X stuff. Yeah. I mean, like, I have to know you to appreciate you as an asshole. Like, so like, if you're an asshole and I don't know you, but see, you and me get to know each other and I got your vibes now. I think we're getting on the same page. I don't even know if you saw that stream where Matt and I, let's see. I want to bring this back up. I've been watching this audio and I just don't like it. I'm going to try bringing it up again. And if I blow up your ears, I guess that's just going to be the way it is. Let's try that. We'll start with that and then we'll see where we go from there. Let's resume. We were going to save Shit Kid. Let's see if I remember how to play. Oh, also, Ghost, if you're still here, and anybody else, especially since it's the first time I'm streaming this on Twitch, I do suck. I know this. And that's okay, because we're still having a lot of laughs. I'm not what I used to be with, like, these hot bar MMO style, like, Dungeon and Dragon style. Yes. Oh, I named my dog John after my boyfriend, by the way. To those that may not know. But yeah, that's right, we were in camp. I think didn't I talk to everybody for the most part? Oh yeah, we had sex. That's right. That was hot. We had our hot stuff sexy sex. Alright. Now, no, this is gonna bother me. Alright. Freaking, it goes away on Gen Zero. I don't know why it doesn't go away on this one. It makes me shift tab it and all that crap. Somebody said something about the merchants? I can't remember what I was gonna buy.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
So what's your story exactly? We have that option?
Oh, nothing so unusual and so interesting as you and your companions, I'm sure. Dwarven merchants are common enough on these roads, aren't they?
Yeah, and Otherworld was actually requested by Mike as battle music during my Garen fight in Bloodborne, and that's the music I won to, so I still thank him to this day for that. Any rumors?
The Darkspawn have attacked Lothering. I don't think everyone even had fled by the time they came either. Word has it they swarmed the entire area, making off with prisoners and burning down the buildings, and then they were gone. Just as quick.
Yeah, Gehrman was one of those rage fights that went right. It eventually went right.
South, maybe to try
It
to
took
find
like an
some
hour
survivors.
or an hour and a half.
I'm holding out hope myself. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Right. Heard any other rumors?
There's terrible news. Everyone is talking about a battle in the north between Loghain's men and Ban Bronik. The Ban was utterly crushed. Someone told me that he was meeting with Loghain to talk terms, but I don't believe it. Surely Loghain would never attack someone attempting to parley. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Okay, well, let me see.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And
I feel like we were discussing the merchant. And yeah, I don't have a glass. I'm gonna try to make it, because as long as we play this game, it just tends to bother my eyes, and of course you gotta get the... But I'll probably end up with them on here at some point. Just don't think they go with my new hairstyle. God, I felt so much better. I was just like, oh, I gotta get rid of it. You know, amazing how a haircut can, just a little thing like that makes you feel a little bit more like yourself. flask. Physical technique, arcane technique. Oh, was somebody saying you could probably buy gifts or something? Was that what it was? Because we were giving out gifts the last time. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Funny little things that trigger in your memory. So I think that's Alistair doll. I want the Alistair doll. Not even to give as a gift. I just want it. I just carry that thing around. Hug it and squeeze it and love it. Ugly boots. Scented soap. Butterfly sword. Cat lady's hobble stick. Some interesting gifts. Backpack! Yes, give me the backpack. Boom. We have inventory space. I'll take it. Didn't notice because you're watching at 2:40. Oh, you need to rewatch the Bloodborne stream. Yeah, there was a lot of just anger happening. I think that was the Dark Souls stream. I know I gave a final boss that I gave Jonathan just this look that even I was like, damn, I would be afraid of me right now. He just gets to sounding so pitiful and like, it just, his pity for me is just unbearable sometimes. Alright. If I do, who, you.
Yes.
And you.
Yes.
And you.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we were, that's the Mages Collective, Circle of Magi, yeah, we had the thingy from Darren. I don't know what triggers that. Yeah, keeping an eye out for that. That was something about the ritual. So then, yeah. So yeah, we're heading to Red Cliff. Hopefully finish that out, and then we'll be on to how do you say it? Orzammar. So sweet. Ah.
Yes.
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 I'll take the doggo one of these days. Back to Red Cliff Castle. Let's go there. Alright. My haircut. That's... you watched, I think, lower than 240. Oh, the gift gives
Sire,
50 plus approval?
I have more news.
The Neo pout pose will
yes.
forever be a thing.
Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Anora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! Not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Anora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
That right there, that just like, I just can't, like, I think we've all been in that moment. Oh my god. Like, that, there is no words for that feeling. It is just... and walking off. Maximum approval is 100. Alright, well, we have arrived. Hello, shit kid. It's nice continuity. Piles of bones everywhere. She'd be done with his bullshit. Yes. Yes, indeedy. This is lovely.
I've told you the only thing I can think of that might help.
The mages wait to
Until
perform
you
a
make
ritual.
a decision,
I do hope
think I
this
should
is
remain.
worth
We
the
should
time it
just
has
go around
taken
click
to
on
Keep an
like
eye
10
on the
people.
boy, so to speak. If the demon
The
rears its
mages
head,
are
I
waiting
can
to
warn
start
these
the
people.
ritual.
Really, this is the least
Alright.
I can do. Once this is over, you or they can
Are we
decide
going in
what
here?
to do with me.
Here? Is it here? I don't know. Oh. Yep. Woohoo! Actually, tanky motherfucker. Alright. When someone gives you more than 20 years of what you have, that is the reaction you have. That makes an incredible amount of sense in like ways I cannot explain. So, hold on. Am I... Courtyard, basement, basement. Like, we're supposed to be at the castle, right? No? So am I just supposed to wander through the castle fighting things? Like, where am I headed here? Loot. What is this?
As you desire.
Oh, nice. And a book. For Codex. That's right, we haven't really didn't get every little nook and cranny in here. These go up. Oh, is this where we're going? Wait, hold on, no. We know what to do. Have to talk to the woman. Which woman would that be? I have...
The mages wait
I
to
talked
perform
to
a
her.
ritual. I do hope this is worth the time it has taken to us.
I guess the enchanter there.
You are. We have brought lyrium and begun
Okay, there we go.
preparations for the ritual. We can start any time.
Okay.
Yes, we haven't sufficient lyrium at present to send more than one mage into the Fade.
Alright. Let's do this.
I'm glad we decided to take this route. This is really the best option.
Very well. I assume you are going into the Fade. Or did you have someone else in mind?
What? Like, is this one of those things where it seems like a choice, but you always end up with you? Or is this one of those, like, I actually can do something different? I'm assuming it needs to be me. But there, you said there was different endings. This isn't one of those choices. Like, I just picked me, right? See? Protagonist? Okay.
Good. Let us get the ritual underway, then.
We're gonna have cutscene ritual, or we're just gonna go straight there? Good, because I missed this place so much.
Is that you, Connor? I can hear you! I'm coming!
Oh good, it's so much more populated this time too.
Father! Where are you?
Well, at least I won't be lonely.
I don't understand. So
At all?
You there? Have you seen my son? I can hear him, but I cannot find him. This blasted fog has me turning in circles.
This you can do only if you have the mage. Oh yes, because they're the ones that can go in the Fade. So if you have a different class, you can't do it. Gotcha. Interesting.
The what? I don't understand. Is Connor here or not?
Creepy ghost people. Let's see.
But I must find Connor. Why is he in this place? Why do I feel so strange?
Do we mention Connor?
What? Possessed? Then we must help him. Is that why you're here?
Because I could have gone either way. Because you tell people that and they either just like lose their shit or they focus in. Can two possible endings here. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
No. No, you're trying to lead me astray. I do not believe you.
Oh, people.
Connor! Connor, where are you? Leave me to find my son. Something happened to him. I can feel it. This is all my fault.
Oh, Lord.
Is anyone out there?
Oh.
Hello?
Fuck's sake.
Blessed art thou.
Well, you can just sit there and fucking rot. Some fucking people.
Who are you? Are you the one that made Father ill? Tell me now. No! You're here to hurt Father. I know it. I won't let you.
Well, thanks. There we go. Fuck. Yeah. Well. Well, that was something. Is there anything up here? Gather my party of what? Cock and balls? Like, who do you think is with me?
You! You're the one making Father sick!
No!
Why do you keep hurting me? Why are you trying to stop me?
Those all seem like really bad choices. Shit. This is really sour.
You will not find what you seek. Turn back now.
Ooh.
Trespasser! I will drive you out!
Lovely. What did I do? That was weird. That's not creepy at all.
I'll help him! You can't stop me! Get out of here! You have to get out!
Is that you?
I have no idea if what I'm doing is right, wrong. I don't know. Oh my god.
Father wanders, seeking me, trapped within my web. All is as it should be. Why must you interfere?
Your mother said so? Those large white formations look like teeth.
Connor invited her to come, and they struck a bargain. She has every right to do as she wishes. No, it is time for you to go now. Do not persist, or things will go very badly for you.
Right. What the fuck? Chill, alright? There's one more of them every time. Okay. Back through the portal we go. Yeah, we should do that, huh? Thank you for reminding me, game. Let's make a new save. Yeah. Just in case I fuck up, I guess.
Very well.
Is there a reason she was in the ground?
Now we meet face to face. You see my true form.
They usually do go very badly, but that hasn't stopped us yet.
It is here I am most have no wish to engage
Your boob is where you're most powerful?
nor should you be so eager to engage mine. Perhaps
I'm sorry, I was distracted by your boob. What?
instead. I possess the boy's soul. We could battle for it, or we could negotiate like civilized beings. If you are smart, you could even come out ahead. I am desire. Whatever you creatures of the living world want, I seek to provide. Lust, power, greed. These are my province. Perhaps there are things you wish for. Let us pause and speak of them. It costs nothing but a moment of
It is distracting. Don't get me wrong, not into boobs at all. Not even mine. But just the danglies and all I'm picturing her fucking just fucking with them. Windmilling that shit. Oh my god.
Alas, that is sad. Very well then. If you wish a battle, you will have it. Let us see if your power matches your boldness.
Oh lord.
creature.
Yeah, let's fucking... Ah. Hold on. What?
As you desire.
Okay. Booby copters. I realize there's some sort of ritual involved probably with it, and that's the answer, but you'd think it would be easier to just like maybe light the fire, get it started,
So
and then
it
like
is
kick
over.
it out into the water, rather than potentially missing.
Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for
Viking beer
training once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things. Eamon has much to mourn and rebuild should he recover. But at least he could be thankful that both his son and wife are safe.
I owe you my deepest thanks. I can scarcely believe Connor is the boy he once was.
There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think?
I mean, it seems fair. John's kind of an ass. Like, he was annoying the shit out of me at the beginning of this game. What do you want my opinion? What? Like, none of those, like, you think they would have one in there that's, like, fair enough. Like, they don't have anything that really falls in that category. Like, yeah, they don't have the fair enough option. They're like, release, execute, whatever you want, whatever you want. No, I don't think it's your decision to make. Okay, so We have whatever, fuck off, yes, no, and why? Like, where's the option for agreed? Well, let's ask.
You are a mage, and you know his faults better than anyone. I would trust your judgment.
Oh, don't trust my judgment. I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible at judgment in these games. Would you find him useful?
I would not trust him, but I would not presume to tell my brother what to do.
These options sound like something a teen would say. Yeah. Well, basically, I'm torn between maybe released and do whatever you want. Do whatever you want with him is basically as close as we're getting to. That sounds like a plan to me. So I just wouldn't have done it so passively in my own words. It would have been what I just said. It would have been like, agreed, sounds fair enough, or you know, that kind of thing, versus just, well, do whatever you want. So, I guess we'll go with that. Go to the encampment and give the gifts to your party. Talk to them. Well, I given gifts last time.
I shall have the mage imprisoned
I just got
again for now.
I got Alistair a new gift.
Is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
And I suppose you want me to help. Protagonist problems.
Thank you. I am grateful for your eagerness to help restore my husband. Find the brother Genitivi, the scholar, in Dennerham. He has been researching the urn's location for several years now. The knights that returned say they were unable to find Genitivi. Perhaps the Maker will lead you to him.
I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Alright, so there's that. Codex quest. Level up. Alright, so we've got the urn. Messence magic have failed to cure Arl Eamon, who slips closer to death each day. You've been told that the urn of sacred ashes containing the ashes of the Maker's prophet Andraste has legendary healing powers. Lady Isolde sent her knights out in search of the urn, but so far they have returned empty-handed. If Arl Eamon is to have any hope of recovering Andraste's ashes, must be found. Locate the Chantry Scholar, brother Genitivi, in Dennerham. He is the only man in Ferelden who is actively researching the urn and will... Well, we have another quest in Dennerham, so there's that. Market District, yeah. So we have that. So we sort of finished that, but also not. We have to revive him. What is it falling under, technically? Just that's his own separate thing. Okay, which goes toward that. So I guess that's what we're doing sorta next, except that you were saying you want me to talk to the folks back at the encampment. Oh, the shop? Yeah, I'm gonna do the... Yeah, you clean up them blood puddles. Alrighty, right.
All right.
Pile of books. Right. A book. Codex
So I
crap.
shall.
Don't know if it's
You.
You're the one who saved me.
DLC. Do the gold points. Alright. Yeah, that's me. You better remember that.
Thank you.
Be
Father
grateful.
always said to remember to thank people who do nice things for you. I hope Father gets better soon. He will.
I'm sure I'll find a way to kill him.
Won't he?
Because, you know, I'm just talented like that. How the hell do you get out of your house, boy? Map. Can we just travel from here? No. I'm lost. Fucking balls. Directions. Hello. Give me directions. No. What is this? Main floor. Wait. Back here? This one? Ha. Maps! Use the fucking maps. You gonna leave me alone this time? This way? Yes? Courtyard. Courtyard. Got it. Yes. I did forget one thing on the stream, but we don't have anybody in Twitch, so it doesn't matter. I put the chat log up on the Sekiro videos, but I forgot to do it with my PC set up. So you guys could see each other if there's anybody on both ends. Alright, so encampment.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
I think it turned out quite well, don't you? Well, let's not make assumptions. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to thank you.
Oh.
You went out of your way to save the Isles family, and you did it.
I just assume you hate me
Though
for
it would
everything I
have
do.
been easier not to.
This is
There's
pleasant.
been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something, no matter how small. I owed the Isle that much.
You want him to stop me to say that?
You're right. Hopefully, by that time, there's still enough of Ferelden left to save. Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments.
Works for me.
Wait, it's not Tuesday, is it?
It's not Tuesday, is it? That just clicked. God, Alistair. Oh my god. This man. This man. Alright. Ah, there you are. I'm supposed to buy shit from you to make Sieg happy.
Formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected.
Mushy
and
Alistair.
with your discount.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uncrushable pigeon. What the fuck? I want an uncrushable pigeon. It's fucking awesome. Well, I mean, there's just, I'm not gonna fill up my inventory with gifts. That I'm not gonna be able to use right away. So, because that's a lot, and I'm always hard up for inventory space. So okay. So where does the gifts start? Right here. So I don't even know if there's anything in here that he wants. I read that right. Fat loot. That's rude. You shouldn't call it fat. Call it how I see it. So this is just gonna take a while. Well, I'm sure we know who that one goes to. I'm surprised Alistair isn't into the Alistair doll. And Teven, so we know who that one's probably gonna go to. So we can do that. That. And he pretty much likes the statuettes. Oh my god, who gets the chastity belt? Seriously, sugar cake. Oh, whoever likes that. So, lump of charcoal, no. Rotten onion, uncrushable pigeon. Yeah. Troll award. Yeah. Ox bone, large bone. I don't think there's anything for the dog. Doll, prey, necklace, alcohol. Yeah, I need to know. So you're saying the Alistair doll? Two dolls? There's two dolls? I have a pet rock and some ugly boots. Damn it, phone. I don't see another doll. Oh, the hand puppet? Is that what you're talking about? The hand puppet? Golden rope necklace. That was on there, wasn't it? Golden rope necklace. We need that. Oh, fuck it. I'll buy the... Seems like something Alistair would like. She's surprisingly... Morgan is surprisingly into, like, the jewelry. I actually wouldn't have pegged her for it. Amulet of Memories. I don't know who that goes to. Amulets, necklaces, lockets, medallions. Yeah. Yeah, the puppet. Sweet. Seems like I'm delayed in responding to you. It's because I'm using the Restream chat right now instead of the YouTube chat. paintings. Stained portrait. Yeah, it's hard to see. I don't know what to do with some of these. Like, and then what was the other one you said? Alcohol. Pink necklace. The pink necklace. This, that. Yeah. Belpre necklace, alcohol. Got a flask. Okay. Let me know if there's anything else. I need to give... How do we do that again? What was it? The inventory? And then... like... yeah. I really don't have a guide for this. There are gifts that give 50 plus approval and gifts that give minus 50 approval. I think it's called Antiva Brandy. I didn't see that in there, I don't think. Alright, so I will give him...
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I don't know where I found it. I just picked it up. That's not... I didn't buy that, right? I just now... Where was it? Zeke! My memory is terrible. Did I just find that in... The alcohol is for Zevran. Why am I not surprised? Redcliffe. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, the Arl study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand.
That's what I was thinking, but for some reason I felt unsure. Stop sniffing my ass, dog. I think it would be nice.
Maybe he did. He might even have brought it with him one of those times he came to see me at the monastery. Not that I would have given him a chance, as belligerent as I was to him. Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Crap. Oh, fixing something. Well, you know, you're cute. Sorry, did you say something?
I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thanks again.
I Alistair approval. Okay, do more of the gifting thing. Whee!
I could get used to this, you know.
Oh, wow. Damn. Alright, she's getting this. And who else do we have stuff for? Oh, there's the brandy.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
I like the description. Oh, it's funny. I like... Okay.
I am impressed. My thanks.
Sweet. What, can I use it again? I'm confused. There's the loot, the guitar thing.
A generous gift. Thank you ever so much.
So get her the loot thingy. Oh, do I try one of these for her?
I am grateful. 'Tis
I
thoughtful
figured she'd
indeed.
like that. She hates that fucker. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, we gotta go get the loot. New ability. Major constitution. Massive constitution. Massive dexterity. Minor strength. Moderate strength. Moderate willpower. Major willpower. Major magic. Massive magic.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the good...
Right. I apparently need the loot. That. Liliana.
That's a wonderful thought.
Major cunning. Massive cunning. Nice. Alright. Now we can talk to some people, I guess. We'll start with you because... well, you.
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected.
Thanks. I guess.
You're welcome.
This guy. Tell me now why you were caged?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
Yeah, he said... God.
I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the Darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell. I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke, I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand. Perhaps. I searched for it, and when that failed, I asked my rescuers what had become of it. They said they found me with nothing. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath. If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now. Near Lake Callanhad. Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
We got another quest! And some Sten approval. For once I didn't completely piss him off. Alright. You're boring. No, not you. You. Y'all like the same when I give you the fucking...
Was it very terrible?
Sometimes.
I have never been to the Denerim Alienage, but I hear that life is hard and there is so much squalor. In Orlais, most Alvan servants live in the homes of their masters, often in great wealth and luxury. They are serfs. There is no slavery in Orlais. Elven servants are well compensated for their services. Some of them live richer lives than humans. A well-trained Elven servant is highly valued in Orlais. They are nimble and dexterous, and many people find them pleasing to look at. No, I did not mean it that way. Oh, my words were clumsily chosen. I did not mean to offend. I am sorry.
This conversation is interesting. This is the most colorful she's been this entire game, and it's because she's an insulting little shit on accident. Ooh, all three of those are really... interesting. Let's go with the middle ground.
Of course. I am sorry if I implied otherwise. Thank you. You have given me a lot to think about.
Okay. You're weird. Let's see what Bitchface has to say. She's kind of a personality flat character. Yeah, a wee bit. What do you want, phone? For fuck's sake. Okay. I will. I'm saving Zevran for last. Don't freak out, Zeke.
Tis cold in my tent, all alone.
That's how we're gonna start this. Oh, it's too good. Get her a thicker blanket.
I was thinking a warm body next to mine might be even better.
Sorry, Lady Strictly Diggly. Because I mean, as much as I'm tempted, I just like see it, but I don't want to potentially have. I don't know. Zevran's a little bit open, so I think I can just correct it later. And, like, choose. Are we going to, votes. Bang the lady or not? Don't betray Zevran. Okay, that's a nod. This phrase just showed up in my Twitter feed. If you can only have one dick, make sure it's not your personality. Yes! 10 points to Gryffindor. Not interested.
That is rather final, isn't it? So be it.
Wow, lady.
I await your command. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Alright. Well, it's not much to be done there. Oh, emissaries, huh?
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry. There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most...
I see. Okay, well let's talk to you.
It's been a long day. Rest.
Don't betray him. I don't really want to betray him either. I just figured, you know, if he's kind of polyamorous. We could be too. I was gonna do it for the entertainment value, but yeah, I prefer Zevran. Starting to slow down a little, are we?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
No, you're a person. It's a little hard to miss. You're very sprightly for your age, though.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Fucking dark. I'm not sure you'll be kicking around for years yet. Hey, we still need you. You're not allowed to be done quite yet.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise.
Approves.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower? Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time
She's
I
just a
saw
ray
the
of sunshine.
abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Yeah, this knowledge drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness.
She's the most
and there
depressing
is
old
no
lady.
turning back. Or at least that's what they say. Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
Yeah?
Yes. It is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
I feel like our conversations with her are just, aside from depressing, circular. We repeat what each other says and then give each other, like, credit for it. She's the one that brought up the idea of it not being abominations, and I was just kind of like, well, yeah. She's like, if they still have humanity, I'm like, uh-huh. And she's like, thank you for showing me. I'm like, you're the one that said it, but sure, I'll take the credit for it. There we go. Alright. Alistair.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you.
Yes, I'll stick
Chances
with
are
you.
we'll be heading to Denerim soon.
Oh, okay.
And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up. I'm not talking about a friend, exactly. And no, it's not that sort of friend either. The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only, I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But, after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim. No. I thought about writing her, but I never did. And then we were called down to Ostagar, and I never got the chance. She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the Blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her...
He looks so pitiful.
I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
Sweet.
Something on your mind? Of course. Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
That look. Sex?
Oh, so that's what we're talking about. Well, if you really want to know, you tell me first.
I just banged our buddy Zevran. Oh, well, yeah.
And apparently you have no shame as well. Well, alright, I'll play along. I, myself, never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about.
The way he says that.
But, you know.
It's like funny, cringy, and kind of cute all at the same time. Like, it's just, ah. Well, of course you've thought about it. You like the proper parts? Never had the opportunity?
Well, living in the Chantry is not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They raised me to be a gentleman. That's not so bad, is it?
Poor Alistair puppy needs head pats by that look. Why is your body in so much pain, Sieg? You tell me.
I've no urge to rush into anything. We may not even survive what is to come, after all. Enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Okay.
Something on your mind?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Of course. You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden? You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see." Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
So I always wanted to have the romance with Alistair, even with the male protagonist. Yeah, it would be fun to be able to do that. Raised to be a prude, evidently. Something like, it's like raised to be a prude, but he sort of is used to that or follows along with it, but deep down he kind of just wants to get freaky. Release the kink, Alistair. You know you want it. Yeah.
Really? I saw you eating dinner the other day. Savage.
Yes, well, bleh.
Ah, yes, the classy camaraderie of two men traveling out in the open. I take it you were like this before the joining, then. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you'd call it, their group mind. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you?
Yeah.
Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose.
Poor Alistair needs to have someone steal his
things,
pants and throw him in a whorehouse.
Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come.
Well, that's just chipper as fuck.
Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The Taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
How cheery.
And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it. You know, Duncan, he started having...
It's a lot.
He told me that in private.
The other day I had
He said it wouldn't be
400
long before
kilograms
he'd go
of
to
wood.
Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he
At
wanted.
least you have wood.
I just wish it had been something worthy of him. I know. Ending the Blight. Should make this all worthwhile, right?
Ready, right.
Something on your mind? Of course. I didn't know them for very long, but I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you? They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time... Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know.
No.
There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name? Gregor. He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table. Sometimes. We were kin of a sort. All of us had gone through the joining, so we knew... Well, anyhow, it doesn't have to be deadly serious all the time. Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly...
Oh my god.
Yes, I suppose so. I thought I was done with this.
Fucking
It just
pitiful.
struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. That must sound really stupid to you. I just would have liked something of his to take with me, that's all. Well, there's no use in moaning about it, is there? He's gone. Let's just go. I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions. Do you mind if I ask?
Go ahead.
Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him, can you? Do you believe his so-called vow?
I mean, did you not hear the moans last night? No opinion, next. Yes.
Really? Why? That's a lot of trust to put in someone who tried to kill you.
I'm willing to give him a chance.
Well, if you are, then maybe I should too. But that doesn't mean I won't keep an eye on him. He's just too shifty. What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. And he's so quiet for someone so big.
Lot of wood, and I have to do it tomorrow too. Your back is in pieces, can't even walk straight. Because my right knee and left foot hurt every time I start to walk. That's terrible. Gotta take it easy, see? Proper lifting and all that. And don't strain yourself. Get some rest. If it makes you feel any better, I'm pretty sure I almost broke my foot horsing around with Jonathan. Finally feeling a bit better today.
The more I talk to him, the more reasonable he does seem. His philosophy is so strange.
Yeah,
But
ouchie,
it doesn't
ouchie.
sound at all as vile as the Chantry describes it. And yet, he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you?
That means he's good at what he does. He seems to regret what he did.
I'm not so sure that his regret means the same as it would for us. The Kunari sense of honor is a bit hard to grasp. For me, anyway. What about
I want to know
Liliana?
the story behind the almost broken foot.
Or do you really believe in her vision?
It really is just like how they typically go down with us. Like, we were horsing around, so then he pins my arms from behind. So then I go to like kind of back kick him. He caught my foot between his legs. And then, so, we're basically just kind of wrestling right there. And then we're standing up and he goes to tickle me. Because he's like got my arms in a way that he could hold my arms but still like tickle at my sides, and I'm like super ticklish. So I of course just reactively jerk. Well, then he let go of my foot at the same time I jerked, and my foot just slammed into the ground and like hard. So it's usually nothing epic. It's just more like something like that happens, and then it's done. Done. I had to ice my foot afterward. I believe that she believes in it, yeah.
That's one way to put it. I don't know what to make of her.
Comedy of errors.
You look at her when she doesn't see you. She just looks so sad.
Pretty much. That's the story of our life.
I almost feel guilty taking her away from her life.
It's her choice.
Yes, I know. Still, I feel badly for her. Morrigan, do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with us for some other reason than she said.
Is that a new pose of the Kama Sutra? I'm sure he would have made it so. You really don't like each other.
Well, aside from the fact that she's a complete and utter bitch, no, I don't like her at all. Why, do you?
I'm in the middle ground with her. I don't have to like her, she's useful.
That's the most sensible thing I've heard out of you yet. Just remember that she's dangerous too, and evil, and mean. Enough. I think my curiosity is sated.
And mean.
Let's get back to it, shall we?
Oh, Jesus.
Something on your mind?
Oh my god, you're entertaining.
Of course.
I don't know, like, we already did those questions. I don't know that there's really anything to do with those. We just talk so much.
You called.
You rang?
Speak, then.
That's enough speaking.
We move on.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised. To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Is there anything you like?
There is interesting food here.
Food is something I can agree on.
It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Cookies?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
Very quickly. All the cookies. I'll keep that in mind.
Shall we move on? What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
Wow, yeah, but that makes the turtle stronger. It might be happier.
Happiness is fragile. Nothing can be built upon it that will last. Only duty endures.
I can agree with that, but I don't know. It's one of those things that are back and forth.
You can learn to find it in doing your duty, in serving your people. There is no need to search for it. Shall we move on? Perhaps. It's
come to the dark side.
To crowd
We have
and
cookies.
hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Saheron. Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
Cookie? Now I'm gonna be on cookies all night. God damn it. I've had enough sweets. Dogs don't smell that bad. Left out rotting garbage.
Skunks don't mind the smell of other skunks either.
Ouch! Let's go.
As you wish.
Major strength. Alright. Well, apparently you approve of wet dogs. Fuckface. Good lord. But, we're holding off on you.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? Where did you hear this?
I don't remember.
Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just
No one's
singers
make peanut
and
butter cookies.
storytellers. But some of
Coconut
them
cookies?
are what we
Oh!
call bards.
Those both sound so delicious. So mean.
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are. Nobles mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the Highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress.
Coconut
but
cookies
they cannot
with
do
cherry.
this openly because
Wow.
it is impolite. And in public, they wear smiling
And Rio
faces
may make
and
some of them
pretend to be
jam
civil.
but not sure yet.
In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
Another random story about the shit that goes on in my apartment. I got chased out of the shower by a spider today. Just because she's not quite as entertaining as thinking of that. You were a bard, weren't you?
I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
Sav. Lurking.
My skills served me well. But the day finally came when I decided to just put them aside.
How are you doing today,
found
Sav?
myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here.
Okay.
Irving told me about how you became a Grey Warden, and that unpleasant incident that occurred prior to your departure from the Circle. None other. I respect the decision you made and the way you handled it. And it did not seem to affect Duncan's desire to recruit you. But that aside, you're a Grey Warden now, and perhaps I presume too much by saying this, but the Circle is proud of you.
Yeah, I'm grateful for
you are a
gift,
true
good
child
things,
of the
things
Circle.
like that.
Raw power tempered with learning, wisdom, and the desire to serve others. Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Yay for old lady.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
Chosen to do something important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I suppose that makes sense.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
Those are all really shitty answers. I guess we'll go with,
If
3.
you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence,
Her
and
conversations
strength,
don't make sense to me.
your
I'm
every
sorry.
action will be as a drop of water
Sorry, not
in a
sorry.
clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should
Okay,
stop before
let me
I
explain.
wear out my welcome.
It's not that I don't understand the words that she's saying and what she means by it. The direction of the conversation doesn't make sense. Like, our responses versus her responses, they never mesh up the way I feel like they should. So, yeah, conversation direction doesn't make sense with her.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
Who?
I almost wish I did. Half of us aren't getting any sleep, so you can carry on all night.
Sorry. I'm hungry, but I don't want to move. I know the feeling.
I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going.
The
It
bed.
seems he only ever has one thing on his mind. I question the wisdom of a Grey Warden being involved in such an affair.
I don't appreciate your scrutiny, lady. Those are all very good answers. All very good answers. Damn, they really gave me... They got me split on that one.
Which is why I worry. You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibilities, and I fear you will neglect them.
I can handle my responsibilities and my relationships. Can't you just shut up about responsibility for a second? I can handle them both.
Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully occupy one's mind and heart.
You're looking at this in love in a very strange way, lady.
A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
You are jumping to some extreme conclusions, not only in that regard, but in what love is. Like, has so many different forms. I guess she's old, so fucking old fogies, you know, but set in their ways. Now I'll do a strange question. I don't know why, but when I'm starting to think of sweet things like biscuit or cakes, my libido grows. Yeah, I agree with Rhea on that one. I've heard stranger. I mean, it doesn't take much. Like, sometimes mine just like done, gone, like doesn't need anything. So it just depends on, you know, you. But I could see that in food, right? You're making things sound more dire than they are.
Nothing is certain. Not in these times. You cannot take anything for granted.
This old lady's killing my boner. Yeah, you can't take anything for granted. Have the love while you can. See? We can just flip this bitch right around on you, lady. I'm old enough to think for myself, thank you very much. I'm about to start chewing her ass up one side and down the other. Cannot take anything for granted. I get what she's saying, but the way she has said it, if she just started with that, if she said, I'm just showing some concern, I just don't want you to take, you know, if she was reasonable, but she jumped to some serious fucking conclusions, and she can suck a dick. It ain't mine. So let's see. But, definitely not number one. I think number two is obvious. She does. She wants this. She's like, no. Stop fucking him next to my tent. Alright, so 3 or 4. We can handle whatever comes our way, or I'm gonna go with number 4.
Obviously not, if you think that this fling of yours is going to endure. I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
I'm gonna stab you in the tit. That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck this lady.
What's on your mind?
It's to go away.
Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your kindness, my dear. It certainly warms these rickety old
She
bones.
needs to keep her nose out of your bed. Yeah. Yeah, fuck this lady.
What's on your mind?
Well, I'm just doing the necessary companion things because you're the healer and I'd like to kick you out, but fuck if I can't.
Is something troubling you?
Yeah, you.
No one said it would be easy. You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight. And that gives me hope.
Alright, we got massive willpower from her. That's
Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
Yeah.
It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Does the story have griffins in it? You're going to tell it now, aren't you?
The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the Great Kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of Darkspawn, with the Archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums,
Story time.
and stood before the armies of men.
That's wonderful.
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching Darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies.
After she sees that you have a serious romance, she'll ask for your forgiveness for looking
dead, and the last Darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt.
in your romance.
And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the Great Kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
I like happy endings.
This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden.
You're so cheerful.
What's on your mind? No, you won't.
Wow, you're blunt.
I don't think so either. You would not have been happy living a dull, uneventful life, dying in obscurity. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
Little.
When I was a young woman in the tower, I
Don't
came
we
to
all?
the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
Grass is always
It
greener.
made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
Did you find anything?
I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
Yeah, I don't buy into that shit. I can't get enough of that religious claptrap. Yeah. It's like I'm torn between giving the answers that are a little bit more me and a little bit more good for the, you know, approval ratings. Because, you know, like I said, buy into that fate shit.
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest, but we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
Oh, this sappy nonsense is gonna make me throw up.
Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy even in self-sacrifice.
You and the Canara over there ought to get together.
Then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
Ugh. So, yeah, that's just some bullshit like, oh, we're gonna feed you. Yeah, you find happiness in what we tell you to find happiness in. Like, you don't have to make everything, you know, a misery thing. But this is basically just the roundabout mind fuck kind of bullshit. So yeah, I'm surprised she's not an abomination by now. She's so weak-willed and weak-minded. So hate me if I said you were full of rubbish. That doesn't sound healthy. I'm not saying that there's not some truth and goodness in that. It's just the way, again, it's the way she's going about it. How she actually thinks about it versus what is actually the healthy way to think about it.
It isn't healthy to throw yourself at a pack of darkspawn either in order to save the world. I, for one, am not afraid of death. Whatever. You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden. Or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
We've done a lot of shit. Hold on. If it's gonna be skipping like that, I'm worried it's gonna crash. Crash and burn. It's been crashing on my Gen 0 stuff too, so I don't know what the hell.
What's on your mind? I will answer to the best of my ability. The circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it.
Sure.
The Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I will see this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the circle.
Right.
Perhaps.
Uh-huh.
What's on your mind? I will answer to the best of my ability. People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
Uh-huh.
I set a boy on fire.
That was unexpected. Why?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Serves him right.
He ran screaming, dripping head and all, to his mother. I was shut up in the barn with a bowl of water and a crust of hard bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
Damn it. That's what I forgot to pick up at the store. Forgot to get bread.
I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
This lady's weird. It's a great story. Did you know it was just a... I kind of want to be a dick to her. It's a great story. I didn't know. I hated the place. Yeah, fuck it.
Prison. You could see it that way. But those walls are there to keep non-mages out, as much as to keep mages in. I learned very quickly that for every apprentice in the tower, there was probably one who never even lived to see the Templars come. No child, not even a mage child, is a match for an angry mob trying to place blame for a failed crop, a hard winter, a baby born dead. Superstition and fear is what makes these people behave in this manner.
Hi!
It'll be a good long time before that changes. Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the circle.
Oh, jeez. There we go. I'm losing my voice for some reason, so if it's cracking...
It has been almost a year, hasn't it?
Really?
You miss the tower at all?
Of course not.
I see. You can take a mage out of the circle, but you can't take the circle out of the mage. Or so Irving used to say. He was joking, but there is some truth to the statement. A mage never really leaves the circle, and for the rest of your life you will be seen as a circle mage. But you will always be a mage, especially in the eyes of others.
She's just so fucking locked in, these people.
Wardens, and your actions may reflect well or badly on both groups. Remember that.
Used to cracking voices. My nephew is 16.
Oh, but listen to me go on. You start a conversation, and I just
yes,
run
you
away
do.
with it, don't I?
Not so much as hobble.
Oh, yes. One must be thankful for small mercies.
Nephew is 16, huh? Still kind of working through some voice changes.
What's on your mind?
Is he?
I will answer to the best of my ability.
Okay, nothing then. Sweet. Alright. We finally can move on to Zevran. Or at least that's what we're gonna do. Man, I ate before I started the stream, but I'm feeling hungry. That or my stomach is just grumbling from the soda thing. Not a soda. I don't know.
You wish to talk? Ah, good. I have a question for you.
Do you?
How well versed are you in poetry? Antivan poetry, specifically.
Not at all. No, nothing of it.
Trust me, you'll know even less once I tell you this. It was recited to me, as I recall, by a rather wealthy target of mine. Let's see. The symphony I see in thee, it whispers songs to me. Songs of hot breath upon my neck. Songs of soft grants by my head. Songs of hands on muscled back. Songs of thee come to my bed.
Oh dear.
Oh, I know. I couldn't believe that she thought this would actually convince me to spare her. I had sex with her anyway, but that goes without saying. She still had to die. The poem
Oh my
was
God, this
amusing
guy.
at the time, however, and thus I've always remembered it.
Okay, am I just losing my shit, or did that dog not bark during the crazy old hag conversations? And now that I'm with, you know, my boy over here trying to get laid again, this dog is all up in my ass. John's gonna get smacked. So you thought to seduce me with it?
Now that is a thought, isn't it? Would it work?
Of course.
I'll have to keep that in mind. Personally, my preferred methods of seduction are a bit more tactile. Here I thought you might be cheered up by some naughty poetry. You simply look so grim. Such an unflattering expression for such a handsome face.
Think I'm handsome, do you?
Who wouldn't? Burn me in the chantry if you must, but you're a man to stoke the lust in women and other men alike. Surely you know this and you're playing with me. Me, I tend to make the best of whatever situation I find myself in, stealing what moments I can. It's
So it's like,
me well
nope, no
most
sex for you.
days.
Typical
You
fucking
might
dog.
want to do the same.
Just interrupting. It's like, go away. I don't need your nose in my ass while I'm trying to get busy.
Oh, then I learn something new about you every day. Enough poetry, I think. The time has come for traveling and the murdering of villains and whatever else passes for adventuring these days. You call?
We're gonna take a break for a second. I need to, I don't feel so good. I'm not sure how much longer I can go. I'm not sure if this is going to pass or not, but I honestly don't know how I feel. Like, suddenly, ugh, so. Let's see here. I think we're set. Alright. Let's see how we do. I didn't shut the door. But at least I'll know if Jonathan gets up now. I got us a movie to watch tonight, and I might just need to curl up with him and watch that and try to like not feel so nauseous. See what's under the person.
Again? I'm game.
Care to join me in my tent?
Not dinner? Flowers? Gifts of lethal poison?
Never fun when feeling sick. It's like that, yeah. Yeah, more getting laid though. That might help me feel a little better. We'll see if it just passes once this food settles. We didn't get as big of a scene that time. That's okay. Oh, gotta make a production out of it every time. So can we do it again?
Again? I'm game.
Ha! We could just do it. Fuck him over and over.
You call. Can I respond in poetry? No?
Yeah.
How's that? Yes, I suppose this time. You have been a good friend to me after all. There is no reason to be silent. There is a reason I accepted this mission in Ferelden, far away from home, and it had nothing to do with any thought that I might lead the Crows. Meeting you, after all, was quite an accident. My last mission before this one did not end well.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm gonna see how it goes. Plus, we're in the middle of some conversations with our boyfriend here, so what happened?
You must realize that until
it's very
that day
cold
I
all of
was
a sudden. I
cocky
hope I'm
and
not starting to
arrogant.
run a fever.
I was the best
Like,
crow
I know I
in
get cold
Antifa,
easily,
I
but I'm like
believed.
feel flush, but
I
it's cold.
bragged of my conquests often, both as an assassin and lover.
Okay.
One of the Crow Masters grew tired of my boasting. My bid for an incredibly difficult mark was accepted, much to my surprise. A wealthy merchant with many guards and completely silent. Taliesin agreed to be part of my team, as well as an elven lass named Rina. She was a marvel. Tough, smooth, wicked. Eyes that gleamed like justice. Everything I thought I desired.
Uh-oh.
Rina was special. I had closed off my heart, I thought. But she touched something within me. It frightened me. When Taliesin revealed to me that Rina had accepted a bribe from the merchant, told him of our plan, I readily agreed that she needed to pay the price and allowed Taliesin to kill her. Rina begged me not to. On her knees, with tears in her eyes, she told me that she loved me and had not betrayed us. I laughed in her face and said that even if it were true, I didn't care.
But that wasn't true.
I convinced myself it was. Taliesin cut her throat, and I watched her bleed as she stared up at me. I spat on her for betraying the Crows. When Taliesin and I finally assassinated the merchant, we found the true source of his information. Rina had not betrayed us, after all. I wanted to tell the Crows what we had done, our mistake. Taliesin convinced me not to.
It's the most sober
He said
moment
it would
we've
be a
had with
foolish
him.
waste. So we reported that Rina had died in the attempt. We needn't have bothered. The crows knew what we had done. The master who disliked me told me so to my face. He said the crows knew, and they didn't care. And one day, my turn would come. To rub it in my face, perhaps. That I was nothing. That she was nothing. You once asked why I wanted to leave the crows. In truth, what I wanted was to die. What better way than to throw myself at one of the fabled Grey Wardens? And then, this happened. And here I am. It feels good to speak of it to someone. I swore I never would. Whatever it is I sought by leaving Antiva, I think I have found it. I owe you a great deal.
You bet your ass you do. I'm glad to have you with me.
Let us return to your mission, shall we? Suddenly I do not feel like standing about.
Feeling a little antsy. Do we have any more?
You call? Can I respond in poetry? No?
Is there anything else? Alright. Let's see.
You call?
What is under
I
here?
could teach others, but not yourself. First, I would need someone who has training as a rogue. That is, unless you would care to spend the years it takes to gain the fundamentals. But if there should be such a person who desires this training, yes, by all means, send them to me. The crows are already furious, no? I shall enjoy tweaking their nose further.
Ooh, okay. Wow.
You call? Can I respond in poetry?
Let me make sure that didn't trigger something else here. Okay, no. And then...
You call?
Let's see if there's anything else.
Again? I'm game.
Fuck it. One more time.
What? And I'm not even drunk yet.
Just because we're horny bastards. Okay. So I think that's everything there. Let's save again. So I just can't trust a motherfucking game to not crash on me. So the gold areas are the DLC areas. And you're saying to do those now? Do you have a recommendation on first Sieg? Or are they all about like the same difficulty level, or? So there's the Grey Warden base of Soldier's Peak. Ben Lawrence lands, densely wooded lands provide much of the timber used in the region. And Soldier's Pass, though the route is more treacherous than Garland's Pass to the north, Soldier's Pass can shave more than 2 days travel off the journey to Orlais. Alright. Cause then otherwise, a couple of little side jaunts we can do before we head to, Orzammar, what was the name? Where is that one anyway? Where's Danerum? Lothering. To Orlais. I don't know. I don't know actually how we get to. Is that gonna be over here? Let's, because we've got a couple of things in Danerum. We could probably hit that up real quick. Check some things off of our list, honestly. I don't know how to deal with this one. Maybe I should talk to her again? Maybe there's something like that'll trigger that. Well, yeah. He said something about the lake, Lake Callan. So, and then that's in Danerum. We also have Danerum. I'm pretty sure this was in Danerum. Yep. And then we also have this in Danerum. And yeah, I don't know where that would be. Those are ones that are old, since they're kind of iffy. Like, there's 2 in Danerum. So Danerum, Orzammar, that's it. Brazilian Forest. Mystical Sites of Power. Deep Roads, Danerum, Circle Tower. Yeah. I don't know about all of the side quests. We'll get things as we go there, but Danerum we definitely could hit up. Right, we still gotta do this. And that's has to do with getting the urn, and that's in Danerum. And these are all the DLC areas, quests. What was I gonna look at this actually real quick, see if that says something. You need to travel deep into the fabled dwarven city or I don't know. We're not there yet anyway. So we'll go to. We're actually gonna go to Danerum. We'll see if I can make it another hour or so. Do some more quests.
Yes.
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 Let's go to Danerum. Oh, it's a long way. Oh lordy. What we got? Oh, I need to level up. Doesn't really place himself in the line of sight very easily. Alright, hold on. Are we quite done? Alright. A lot of bodies. Yeah, we'll see. Let's say if we can. Ooh, nice. Do a little bit in.
Of course.
Daenerys first.
What's
oh
on
my
your
God.
mind?
Nothing.
It is no trouble.
I want to loot, you bastard. No, I don't need that. Yeah. Alright. Well, that was a fun little side jaunt. Come on, fuck it. Probably would be nice to get some lockpicking from him. Quick stepping move can more easily outmaneuver opponents, granting a wider flanking angle that makes backstabs easier to achieve. That's true. He's also got his dual weapon finesse. Oh. And whirlwind. Might go with that to get the bonus out of it. Let's see. So for you, I got poison, herbalism, trap making, stealing. Okay. Right. Could get haste pretty soon at the next level if I go with that. Everything's got a... Everything's got a price. Let's do that. Yeah, that'll work. Decisions, decisions. Uh-oh.
I fell.
No, really? Very observant.
For a moment there, I thought it was all over. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
The shit? Old lady be croaking on me. Alright. Let us save. Alright, we've got a few things happening in Daenerys. Let's just see what we happen across, I guess.
As there is but one world, one life, one death, there is...
Ah, yeah. Her. I guess we could just go down the list and accept. And then if we happen to accidentally finish something, then woohoo.
One God, and He is our Maker. They are sinners who have given their love to false gods.
What? No mention of dessert?
As there is but one world.
Strange that matters can be so tumultuous and yet the day still be so bright. Oh,
Doing
my
okay
pardon.
so far.
Just thinking aloud. Are you here for the Chanter's Board?
You amuse me, lady. Who are you?
I am Sister Justine, curator of the reliquary of this chantry. Pride again. It is hard to live up to the example of Andraste. I have always been fascinated with history. What better place to indulge that than the birthplace of the Maker's prophet? To be the curator of this chantry and to be so young. I fight a battle with pride, and hopefully the Maker can forgive my occasional defeat. The archivist tends the books, and I tend the sacred relics. I also search for more to add to our collection, which is more difficult than it sounds.
So hard
A
about that.
hawker on the street will claim to have an actual finger bone of Andraste. In this city alone, you could make the skeleton of 10 prophets from fingers alone. Curators often accept them as genuine. I worry about the authenticity of even our most holy artifacts. When I was a curator of a much smaller chantry in Orlais, I thought that false relics slipped through because of laziness. But the life of the cloth is never an easy one, and that explanation always seemed hollow to me. Now I believe it's the seduction of the divine. We all want a personal connection to the Maker. We want to believe that what we hold in our hands is the actual sandal that slipped from Andraste's foot before the fires consumed her. Faith is of the heart, not of the head. When the heart is ungoverned by reason, charlatans have powerful tools to deceive.
Yeah.
And often close to heretical. But I believe that the truth only increases the awe of the Maker and his prophet.
When I get through this conversation,
not
I'll save,
demean
and
it.
then I'm actually gonna
Even
go.
false symbols have the power
We'll be
to
back
inspire.
tomorrow with it.
But it
If I
seems
feel
every
better
year we
later
fall
tonight,
more
I
out
might
of
jump
touch
on
with the real
with something.
Andraste.
But if it's late enough, I won't make it Dragon Age. I'll wait for tomorrow, to do it. Like if it's like a couple hours or something, and I'm not, you know, and I'm fine. Like I can jump back on. But God, she's chatty.
Certainly. My research indicates that all of the ashes were gathered
But then,
into
like,
a
yeah, if
pot
I'm feeling
or
like playing
urn.
something
But it's
else,
been
like
lost for
later tonight,
centuries.
like one of those
That
late
doesn't
night
stop hawkers from
indie
selling
stream
pinches of
kind
the
of things,
ashes of Andraste to
I might do
gullible
that.
pilgrims. The
Or,
real
like,
ashes
you know,
may
whatever.
still be hidden somewhere.
Game kind of
though it's
tickles my
possible the
fancy, I
urn
suppose.
broke.
But we'll see how things go. I'm not gonna make any promises on anything. I might just end up back asleep. I might. We've had a lot of people going home sick from work, so I don't usually tend to catch stuff from a lot of people because we just don't have a lot of physical contact, even with stuff that other people touch. And we wear work gloves and stuff like that, but it's always possible.
You've shown admirable patience listening to my diatribe before.
Thank you, Ria.
It
It could be worse,
Suffice
but
it to
it's
say,
just I'm
I
still
look for
feeling
and
off,
authenticate holy relics for the
and I just feel
chantry.
like I'm not going to be able to concentrate as well and be as engaged as I would like to be.
Well,
It's
there's one
distracting,
that might be
and I
couldn't prove it
I
wasn't.
want to not
Perhaps
just be
you can
the
understand my skepticism.
miserable sick fuck
So
on,
many claims, so
like
few
we're doing
truths.
the thing, is you know. All right,
Of course, enjoy your visit to the chantry.
let's pop a save. I can't ever tell doing that. I'll just do it this way. Alright. So yeah, we will call it there, and I will see. That's not to push and make myself feel even worse. Yeah. Yeah, and we've got to play quite a bit, and we finished up Shit Kid Quest and did mostly it's conversation today. We've made it to Danerum. Now we just got to go around and see about fiddling with these side quests. And like I said, if I get an hour or two, and then maybe I could spend another couple hours streaming this tonight, that's fine. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. Like I said, I'll probably end up kind of dozing off on the couch. You know, that tends to be what I do, is I curl up with something I like to watch and like a favorite movie or show and fall asleep when I don't feel good. Just curled up in like my little blanket fort that I make on the couch. But yeah, if I'm still feeling an itch to play games, then I'm feeling better. Like if I get to feeling better, I could always do another like middle of the night thing. But it's still good, and I like that I feel like we're making progress, and that's what I like about when I'm jumping into this game. When first couple of days we played it, it felt like it was so hard to make what felt like any good progress, because you know, you always get the slow starts to the game, plus learning everything and getting lost a lot. I still get a little bit lost, but at least it's not as bad. I'm starting to get the idea of how the game works enough to where it's not so bad. So then next time we'll finish out Danerum, and we'll go to Soldier's Pass. Just depends on how long Danerum takes, really, and if we get distracted by anything else. But aside from trying to wrap a few of these things up in Danerum and maybe check things out, then we'll be heading to Soldier's Pass, and doing some of the DLC things. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and everybody who stopped in, whether you said hi or not or anything like that. I still got to have a lot of fun today, and we still got to have a few old lady laughs, and we got laid again, so that's always a bonus. And poor Alistair, he's just like adorable and pathetic at the same time. I just don't know what to do with him. But yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. So I will work on feeling better so that we can have some more, at the very least, more Dragon Age tomorrow afternoon. So, bye.